If I were in office right now, Carrier would not be leaving Indiana. That I can tell you. That I can tell you.
Has Donald Trump kept one of his biggest campaign promises to Indiana? Breaking news tonight that Trump and VP-elect Mike Pence have reached a deal to keep Carrier in Indianapolis. It is a stunning announcement still 2 months before Donald Trump takes office, and one that could save 1,000 jobs in central Indiana. This tweet from Carrier new tonight saying they are pleased to reach a deal to keep close to 1,000 jobs in Indianapolis. There are still big questions, though, including how many jobs and what has Carrier been promised to keep them here. Donald Trump tweeting this just minutes ago: I will be in Indianapolis Thursday to make a major announcement on Carrier, and that it will be a great deal for workers. Our full team has been covering this for months, since the moment those job cuts were announced. Let's start live tonight with Rafael Sanchez. And Rafael, you went to Monterey when that original plan was announced. What do we know about this deal tonight?
I know some details, but Erica, you can imagine that tonight, right now, workers have so many questions, and tomorrow they'll be coming to the Union Hall right here, local 1999, looking for details. But Carrier nor President-elect Donald Trump are releasing any details, but I've been working the phones for you. And based on the numbers that about 1,000 jobs will be saved, more than 400 more than likely will still go on to Monterey, Mexico, where Carrier has a massive operation. And as you may recall, and as you mentioned, we traveled to Monterey, Mexico to show you the impact that this move would have on Indianapolis, but specifically on the jobs. Those 400 jobs in specific would involve the fan coil division, which makes electric furnaces here in Indianapolis. We're talking specifically about production lines 63 and 64. When you cover the story for 9 months, you begin to know your production lines. So those would be the jobs impacted. And that means that a large chunk of jobs staying in Indianapolis are those that make the gas furnaces. Back live here on the city's west side, I can tell you that this all came down really to that announcement that came down on February the 10th when the company told the workers that the jobs were going to Mexico. It was all recorded on a cell phone. That became a rallying cry across the nation, especially among people fed up with jobs going overseas. Here's a portion of that announcement.
The best way to stay competitive and protect the business for long term is to move production from our facility in Indianapolis to Monterey, Mexico.
Tonight we spoke exclusively to Lakeisha Austin. She was the one who recorded that video, posted it on her Facebook page, never dreaming it would have Donald Trump taking notice. Tonight she is relieved. After working 14 years at Carrier, she's happy that a pending deal is on the table.
Truly a blessing. If it happens, I can say it will truly be a blessing. You know, we pray for things to happen like this, and when it does, God just shows his true possibilities.
And it was her recording that brought the nation's attention to Indianapolis. Now, Lakeisha would like to meet Mr. Trump when he visits Indianapolis, the Carrier plant, on Thursday, and she knows exactly what she would say. Take a listen.
I would say just thank you for doing what you said you were going to do. Because when it comes to presidential candidates, you know, sometimes, if not all the time, a lot of times they don't do what they promise they're going to do. So if he does do it, I will tell him thank you personally for me.
And that is Lakeisha Austin. Our team coverage continues tonight with Liz Arreola, who spoke exclusively to the longest-serving Carrier employee at the plant, and she has more employee reaction. Liz, what's new tonight at 11?
Well, Raphael, you've met Larry Linville before. At 70 years old, he is the oldest worker. He's worked at Carrier the longest, longer than anyone else, for more than 5 decades. And he told us that he couldn't imagine working or not working at the company. During the holiday season, he works as Santa Claus. And in that spirit, he shared that he is overjoyed that many of his coworkers will have some peace of mind come this Christmas, that their jobs are secure. Linville has the most seniority out of 1,400 Carrier employees. He's close to retirement, but says he's not done yet.
I don't really want to retire right now, so I'd like to go ahead and work a little longer. So yeah, it's a relief, not just for me, but for many of the younger people. And I'm glad for them. So it just depends on what happens, whether I stay or go.
And Linville has stayed with the company for 51 years. He started January 12th of 1965. He is hoping that this is a long-term solution and that there won't be many cuts in this plan that Donald Trump has garnered for Carrier. So we'll just have to see what happens, Raphael.
And Liz, we should also point out that Larry Linville plays Santa Claus throughout the community. That's why he has that big white beard. He told you, I believe, tonight that he got his Christmas wish with this pending announcement coming on Thursday. Liz Arreola, thank you so much. So let's talk about the deal. Of course, Carrier's decision to move to Monterrey, Mexico was all about saving $65 million a year by paying Mexican workers $3 an hour and $6 with benefits. And that's why I challenged Bob McDonough. He's the vice president with United Technologies Corporation, the parent company of Carrier, when he came to the State House on March the 2nd. I had plenty of questions for him. Here's our encounter. Mr. McDonough, good morning and welcome to Indianapolis. Will you change your mind? Will you change your mind and keep the jobs?
Looking forward to a great meeting with the governor.
Sir, would you work for $3 an hour?
Looking forward to discussing with the governor the transition for our workers and getting back to business.
So I take it you would not work for $3 an hour, sir? And that was our discussion. So we'll have to see specifically why Carrier has now decided to stay in Indiana, especially since they made the case that they could save $65 million by moving. So what don't we know tonight at 11? Here's a short list because, as you can imagine, at RTV6, we have plenty of questions. But here's a short list for now. We don't know with this deal what the pay and benefits will be for the employees moving forward. We don't know the term of the contract. Remember, these are union employees. And we don't know, here's the big one, we don't know the state and federal incentives offered to Carrier to stay in Indiana. And those will be big questions as we move forward, questions that we'll be asking the president-elect and the vice president-elect when they come to a Carrier on Thursday. But here's the bigger question, right? I'm here at the Union Hall on the west side. This hall also represents the Rexnord workers. These are the workers that are also on the west side on Rockville Road. This is Exhibit A, and they'll be watching because talks with Rexnord continues tomorrow. That company is also moving to Mexico, and those workers want to make sure that their company gets the same deal. We'll have to see what happens. We'll be asking many questions as this story develops. We're live on the city's west side. Rafael Sanchez, now back to you.